Hi, it's Monday, October 6th, 2014, and this is week 4, session 2 of Have a Ball Writing Your First Novel. And again, I'm Gina Greenlee. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm glad you're here. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. In other words, just because you have 18 pages of research on the restaurant business in North Carolina doesn't mean you have to use it. That's an example from my novel. Use your research with relevance. If you're writing about a character pumping gas in their car in Texas 1982, and your character looks at the price to see how much they need to get a half a tank, then your gas price reference needs to be accurate. Citing a 2014 gas price when a character is pumping it in 1982 suggests to your reader that you've not researched, or if you have researched, you have not used it in the best service of your novel. The price of gas in Texas in 1982 is relevant. The color, shape, style of the pumps, not. That said, research does and can add color and authenticity to your novel. So your use of research at this stage is plug and play, and that is to sift through your go and get it phase of research. All right, go and get it. I'm not going to repeat myself because you've done it. And to sift through those files. And first of all, number one, get your facts straight. Concrete example from my novel, I referenced a state park that exists in today's world, 2014, but did not exist in 1986 when the events of my novel begin. So I needed to change the location for a scene in 1986 based on that information. Concrete example. 2, in terms of using plug and play with your research and how you use your research with relevance. Authenticity. Find facts that lend authenticity to your novel. Getting your facts straight, hopefully that's pretty cut and dry and clear. Here's an example of how research can add authenticity to your novel. I have a New York detective in my novel investigating in North Carolina. On the last day of her trip, she wants to eat in a nice restaurant in Durham. And she could have ordered anything from the menu, but I wanted to add color and authenticity to the scene by having her indulge in a meal that is specific to that part of the country of the United States and the North Carolina culture. Now I know from my own travels, I like to eat specialties from the region that I'm visiting. So, I could have had the character go to a national food chain and have her meal, but I wanted her to eat in a more distinctive North Carolina restaurant, one with a feel distinctive to that region, and have a cocktail and again specific to that region, to give it the scene a greater authenticity. I did do some research on North Carolina restaurants. Does the restaurant she eats in actually exist? No, it doesn't. I made it up. Uh, do I need an actual restaurant name in the street? No, I don't. Uh, I could easily research that and add that to my novel, but that falls into the category of just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I did some research and I found out about certain Carolinian specialties for desserts in particular, since I'm fond of desserts. 3, in terms of research plug and play and how to use your research with relevance. Color, adding color to your novel, how research does that. Another part of my novel, there's a celebration in New York City. Given the nature of the celebration, I wanted a location that would convey, upscale, posh, important. I'm native to Manhattan, but I haven't lived there in more than 20 years. And though I visited, I still have a frame of reference for New York that's from a generation ago. And I didn't want my novel to be dated by using locales from my area that either no longer exist or which have fallen out of favor as grand and posh. So I literally Googled the words I use: upscale event venues, Manhattan, or something, upscale Manhattan event venues. And the first place that came up was a place called Guarino's. I never heard of it. Apparently, it's been around for a while, but I never heard of it. I clicked on the images, Google Images, and the second I saw the pictures of this place, the interior of Guarino's and also the exterior, I knew this was where this particular celebration in my novel would take place. Did I use the name Guarino's? No, I did not. Did I describe the vaulted Catalan ceilings, the beautifully backlit bar, art sculpture hanging over it, and the expensive arched windows that looked out onto the courtyard? You betcha. I used the same technique, going to Google Images based on my search query, and when I hit on something that spoke to me, where the novel says, "Yeah, this let's explore this, let's have fun, let's play in this sandbox," I described what I saw in the picture. I can describe what 2014 waterfront Brooklyn, New York looks like because I saw hundreds of pictures of it. Isn't it fabulous to be alive in the 21st century? Your prompt, ladies and gentlemen. Go to your Go and Get It research files that you started and begin to play with the bits relevant, the research bits relevant to your novel, and then plug them into the chapters where your novel speaks to you and says, this is where it belongs. Okay, your novel's going to direct it. So you go in to your research, and again, with fun and adventure and being open, just start reading, go to the work, ask the work, and oh yeah, this is a nice little tidbit that goes over here. So again, research that is relevant. Okay, when you're plugging and plug and play your research bits into your 32 chapters, you want to get your facts straight. Authenticity. You don't have to have gone to Brazil to write about Brazil. Trust me on this point. Color. All right, and in color, what I mean is description, five senses. Characters do not exist in a vacuum any more than humans do. What's around them as they are talking, as they are arguing, as they are shopping, as they are eating? Who's around them? Describe sights, sounds, smells. You can get a lot of this from research. Have fun with your research plug and play, and hey, I'm going to see you in the next session, which is week 4, session 3. And I got something for you.